I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A second broken tackle. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
This is Elliott, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here
now. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Check, 47. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On second down, Elliott. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Jason Witten. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap, whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Saints.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And now the defense for Dallas.
Robert Quinn gets to the quarterback as well as any defensive end in the league. A lot of it goes back to his high school wrestling background. He understands leverage and hands as well as anyone.
Ready. Yellow lady. Right there in the middle. 55. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brees. And that is incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run with Pollard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Check, 47. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, and his throw here's incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
You can say a lot of things about the great play of Kiko Alonso, but the number one thing you will say, he will hit you.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Breeze going to throw. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. 19 yards that time for number 19. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Cowboys' 40-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Breeze on the bootleg. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Ready? Yellow lady. 54 Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready. Tonight.
Here's Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slip back.
Breeze now. Ginn has it complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
5-9. Watch the pass.
Here's the first carry for Dwayne Washington. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Ready, yellow lady. Watch the run.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Breeze. And this is Cook with the grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Set. Yellow lady, 54.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you, son.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Hey, take your shots out back to home. Shots out back to home.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. On 2nd down, Kamara. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On the tackle. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Breeze to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Here we go.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Breeze now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he finds Cook. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it despite all the extra contact and people around him.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Breeze now to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. To throw is Breeze. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. But once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Prescott now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Elliott. And some room to work. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
They keep on the ground with Elliott, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Let's go, D.
From the 27, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 27 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Latavius Murray getting set to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady. Check 55 to Mike. I want that. Give me that.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Running with Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you.
Throwing now is Breeze. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Forbath to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
The Saints on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Breeze able to find the veteran Ginn, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
And the Saints first down.
Ready. 5-9. Watching you 5. Let's go one more.
Breeze now on first down. This is caught by Ginn. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Single.
Now Breeze. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point
field goal. Lutz to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Prescott now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Prescott to throw it. That one complete to Elliott. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Kamara. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Breeze now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, New Orleans.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans.
And the Saints, first down.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Breeze. It's caught. Smith. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, Kamara. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Yellow lady. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone, but sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
That's what I do.
Now Breeze again. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. March 56. Down to lose 1. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 26.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
That's good for Cowboys. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check 56. Hey, pick your game up. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Elliott. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Go right in.
Check back 47.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 26.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike 54.
Man out, man out, man out, man out.
26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down by Alonso. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 21-yard line.
Got one, I got one.
Whip. Watch the whip. 26.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Now this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Forbath will put this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Yo.
Brees going to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Ready. You ready? Mike 54. Come on. You better bring it.
On second and 9, Brees. Complete. Smith has it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brees pass complete to Tre'Quan Smith. It's a gain of 6, and it's third down.
Yellow lady.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all done?
Brees going to try and throw on third down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Keep playing on, fellas. All day. Woo! Let's get it.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game. Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Ginn has it complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Breeze now to throw. And this is Cook with the ground. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits of the success you created.
And he hits pay dirt because of it. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Prescott to throw it. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to keep it here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Prescott on first down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 26 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A gain of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now here come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Go right in. 7's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott caught by Cobb. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
14 yards. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
56, right there, 56. Gotta do better. Come on, 26.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Check, 47. Pick me up. Here we go. 26.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott, and he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Harris to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They run it again with Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The tackle made by J.O. Smith. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Ready? 95, 56. Bring it. Bring it.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple batting the ball away, but oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere, and get his hands through the football and knock it away.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Come off the ball.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Well, both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Robert Quinn. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough third and goal forthcoming.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? That'll be complete to Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 31-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
All day, every day, any day.
Prescott now drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Cowboys on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Again, it's Kamara. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the 1st and keep possession. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st down.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56.
You must be dreaming.
Let's go,
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Big D.